Hey guys, Jacob Barnhill here with the Barnhill team at eXp Realty. Today, I get this question a lot and they ask, "Hey Jake, should I get an appraisal on my home? When would it make sense to get an appraisal?" Well, we're going to talk about that today. Before we do, if anybody would please comment below, or if you like the videos and the education that we're dishing out, like and subscribe so you get notifications when we have more stuff like this. All right, so let's dive right in and let's talk about the appraisal. In most cases, the short answer is no. Do not go pay for an appraisal before you talk to a real estate agent. And I'm sure you're wondering, Jake, you're probably telling yourself, of course you'd say that, right? You are a real estate agent. Well, here, let me tell you why. So a lot of people want to get an appraisal because they want to get, of course, most people, they want to get the most amount of money for their home, right? When they're thinking of selling. And maybe you're thinking about getting an appraisal for a different reason. We're going to talk about that. If you get an appraisal prior to going on the market so that you have proof that you could get a certain amount for your home, that doesn't necessarily mean that a buyer would pay for that home. Okay. Here's an example. If we price it correctly and we get enough competition on your home, there have been transactions that we've put together where we could negotiate money outside of closing because from the buyer in cash, that was going to be on top of what it would appraise for. The only way that we could do that is if we created competition around your property, right? How do we create competition? That doesn't mean that we're going to list it for super low and create this auction effect from like $1 and drive it up or something like that, right? But understanding the market is the agent's job. That is why I do not recommend that most people get an appraisal prior to going on the market, purely for I need proof that this is there. Now, the one exclusion that I could think of if we were preparing to go on the market and we wanted to get an appraisal was if there was literally no comparables, not even close. The property was so unique, right? That there would just be nothing available to be able to compare it to. Then there's no market for it. There's nothing to go off of for the agent to tell you what the market is doing for something like that because there's nothing else that exists. It's so unique, right? If that was the case, then I would recommend that we get an appraisal. That way that there's an idea of where we're at and we could set some expectations there with higher price point or unique or whatever similar type properties, and we could talk about that. But your agent's job is to talk about the market and help you understand and make decisions based on the market. There's always three prices to a home: an appraisal, what the seller wants, and what the buyer is willing to pay. And those can be three different prices. And part of our job as real estate agents is to help the seller understand that. Okay, so what are some of the other reasons that I would get an appraisal? Well, if you're going to be getting an appraisal, a lot of times that's so the bank knows what the value of the home is, right? And you're getting a professional opinion. In my opinion, you're getting a professional opinion on the appraised value. Appraisers have a couple different ways. I'm not going to go into all that here, but they have a couple different ways that I could actually look at the home. Other common reasons I see people pull out lines of credit against their home, they're going to want to get an appraisal. A lot of times I find those are much more modest because the bank is loaning money against the appraised value of the home. And I just find that a lot of times they're very modest in those expectations. Um, Sometimes obviously when we're under contract and the buyer is going to be getting an appraisal, they want to make sure they're lending against a property that for that buyer money that is in the property is not overvalued. So should you get an appraisal before you sell? Most times, no. You would check with an agent to help you get the market value of your home, not necessarily the appraised value, right? The agent will make some slight recommendations and make some of those adjustments, right? They're able to kind of understand the market and what maybe a pool or extra garage space or no garage versus garages, those kinds of things, some extra square feet, analyze some of the price per square foot. They can make adjustments based on the trends. And your agent's job, the agents do not make the market. The agent is helping you interpret the market. Appraisals have a purpose. I highly recommend don't waste the few $100s that you would spend on an appraisal. Get an agent that knows what they're doing and then see if there's a reason to get an appraisal or have them help you understand the market where we need to price the property. That's going to help you go further and put more money in your pocket. That's my tip for today. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hit the comment box if you guys love this stuff. Hit the like and subscribe buttons. You could always share the video with someone that maybe you thought this would be helpful with. Sharing is caring. And hopefully see you guys at the Re-Up investor event this weekend. I'm getting ready to go network and have some great times with some great folks that love real estate as much as I do. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.